In the women's flyweight division at UFC Fight Night, you got Jasudavicius taking on Gabriella Fernandes, the Brazilian, making her UFC debut. Beginning with 7-2, Jasudavicius, she's 5'7" compared to the 5'6" Fernandes. They both got the same reach. Jasudavicius fights right-handed, where the Brazilian fights left-handed. Now, that's all we know about Fernandes in terms of the matchup. Jasudavicius lands about 3.4 significant strikes per minute. She lands about 2 takedowns over the course of 3 rounds. So if this goes to a decision, you can expect her to get about 2 takedowns. Now, takedown defense about 70%. She's gonna have to hold that number firm because the Brazilian is gonna shoot for takedowns for sure. Now, she's coming off the loss to Natalia Silva by decision in a fight. She was taken down twice and outstruck 3-1. But before that, she beat Kay Hansen and won at Dana White's Contender Series. All 3 fights going to a decision. Now, Fernandes, again, making the UFC debut, 8-1. Excuse me, has 3 KOs, 2 submissions, 3 decisions. She lost 1 by decision to Maria Silva in her second fight. So she is on roughly a 7-fight win streak, including 2 finishes in the last 2 fights. So these are always interesting because you got a fighter making their debut and another fighter with a little bit of experience in the UFC, which can't go overlooked. So you got to give Jasudavicius a little bit of an edge, even though Gabriella Fernandes is probably the better fighter. So this is going to be an equal fight as they come into the octagon, I believe. Just because Jasudavicius has some experience, Fernandes does not in this type of atmosphere. Fortunately for her, it will be at the Apex Center in Vegas, so there's not going to be a lot of fans. There will be some. That'll help Fernandes. I think Fernandes will defend takedowns, land some, outstrike Jasmine Jasudavicius, and get the victory by decision, where she's 3-1. She's had 4 decisions. She's used to getting there. The only one she lost was by split decision, so I like Fernandes to outlast Jasudavicius, especially in the final 2 minutes of this fight, to win and move to 9-1 and 1-0 in the UFC women's flyweight division. UFC Fight Night.